All right, good day everyone. We're back with the KDX200 project. Just want to kind of cover some of the stuff I didn't quite get on video. I went ahead and got the oil changed on this. We drained that out. There's a little bit of a silver sheen in there, but for the most part it wasn't in terrible shapes. The lower end transmission oil. Went ahead and put the stator cover on and got that secured up with some new hardware, and of course cleaned it a little bit too. We've gone ahead and blown the whole thing off, as you can see here, and we've also put on a cheap Chinese carburetor. I bought this off of Amazon for $30. It's basically an exact copy of the 38 SMK carburetor that came with the bike. From what I understand, that wasn't actually the stock carburetor, but it should function for this. And we went ahead and used just some pre-mix that I already had sitting around and put that in with just a little pipette, drip dropper type deal, and filled the carburetor up with that. We went ahead and checked spark, and we had spark. We had everything we thought we needed and gave it a few kicks. So we didn't have kicks, and then we went ahead and started diagnosing what was going on from there. So let me show you what we've done. We went from there on the spark and how I diagnosed that and got the spark working properly. So let's take a look at the spark. So Wyatt's going to go ahead and pull this apart. I'm going to pull this spark plug off, or the wire off. Go ahead and, of course, it's 5/8. Push it down on there. There you go. It's got a little rubber thing inside. Okay, and then once you just loosen it, go ahead and pull the socket back off. And then you can just twist it out. Out. And we'll double check. Looks like the fuel is getting there. If we got a wet socket now, so that's an improvement. I'll go ahead and snap that back together, and then we'll put it between here. Do you want to go ahead and crank on it a couple times with the thing, and we can see if we can get this on video. We're not getting any spark now. Yeah, nothing. First thing you want to check is we've got the spark plug wire. It runs up here to the ignition coil, and it looks like this wire here, these two wires here, I believe, are the ones that run to our kill switch, which they are. So one of the things we can look for is just to see if those are somehow the connection's bad on them. Go ahead and crank it one more time, Wyatt, and I'm going to mess with those wires a little bit. Okay, so still no spark. Okay, so what we need to do is we're going to go ahead and take these screws out. We'll clean the connections really good, and we're actually going to check them with a meter and see if those are functioning. And then we can also run a meter, and we'll run the ohms between those, the one side of this to the other side, and see if we're getting proper connection there too. So I'm going to put the spark plug back in the motor here, and I'll cover this motor with a rag just so we don't get too much of this on here. And then I'm going to use my electronic parts cleaner, and we're just going to spray off some of these connections to clean things a little bit. And then we're going to actually test them with the meter before we do anything else. So first let's grab the continuity check, and let's see if our kill switch is actually functioning. So see this connector right here? Go ahead and disconnect that one. And this is the connector that goes to the CDI box.
Right here?
Yeah. There you go. Did it break it? No. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is run from this this cable right here that runs up to our kill switch. Okay, and we're going to use a continuity check on our meter. So we're going to run this to the ohms, and then we'll hit select until it beeps. Okay, and then put your things together, make sure that, okay, hit select one more time. There you go. So now when you put the leads together, they beep. So now we're going to check continuity here. So go to this connection, and then to that wire. We got nothing. Okay, I'm going to push the button. There we go. So we know our kill switch is good. Maybe. Pull it on there real tight. Yeah, so it's good. Okay, so kill switch is good. Okay, you can go from here to here. Okay. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to switch this to ohms. Okay, so we're going to go to our meter here, and I'm on ohms. And as you can see right there in the corner, we've got a little ohm symbol. Okay, the ohm symbol looks like that little white symbol there. So that's on ohm mode, and so what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and hook up. We're going to run continuity between those two. Go ahead. Okay, hold that there. 0, 0.5, 0.4, 1.2. Keep holding it nice and tight. Now push hard. Okay, the highest is 2.1, the lowest we're getting is 1, right around 1 to 1.2, 1.3. Okay? So now what we got to do is we got to check and find out what these are supposed to be. There's a couple different ways to do that. We'll just do a quick internet search and find that out. Usually what you're looking for is between 0.3 and 1.5 to 2 ohms. You can even go up to 3 ohms in some cases. So we're good on our resistance between those two. We're good on resistance between this wire here, which is the kill switch wire, and the CDI when we push the kill switch button, so that will kill the motor. We've also got, check these connections and make sure they're actually, they're feeding well. So finally, then we're going to go ahead and go ahead and try it again. Now that we've got all that cleaning done, that might just take care of it. So Wyatt, you want to go ahead and give it a good kick? I'm just going to do this by hand. Let's see if we can see here. Oh, there we go. We're getting a little spark. Yeah. Okay. So there's a spark. So we should be in pretty good shape. So we'll go ahead and put this spark plug back in, and we'll give this try one more time. All right, we're gonna see if this thing will start now. So as you can see here, we unfortunately did not get it started. We kicked it a bunch of times and just wasn't gonna do it. So, and usually on a 2-stroke, if you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it in the first few kicks. But we kicked on it probably 30, 40, 50 times trying to find it, and both myself and both my sons and trying to get this thing to kick over, but we couldn't get it done, and it probably wouldn't have happened even if we could kick it 20, 30 times. Once you get about 10 or 12 kicks in, there's something wrong. It's not moving over right. So our next video, we're gonna go over how we went ahead and cleaned the carburetor, the original Keihin or Keihin carburetor, and then we also diagnosed a little bit further. So stay tuned, and we'll put another video up here pretty quick on how we got that done and what we actually found was wrong. Would love to hear from you. Leave your comments below what you think is actually wrong, why it's not starting, and things that maybe we've missed. So thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next one.